Hey everybody, I hope you are all doing fine. Myself, I'm good. This is Prince Kenya, and today I have another topic that I want to inform you about, or what it is. And my today's topic is what is a case number and a visa bulletin. Last time I made a video about when the DV result are announced, and I said that after application on October, the DV result are announced on May, and that DV result usually comes in a format of an email. Okay, no, I'm sorry about that. It's not an email. It doesn't come in a format of an email. So the same website that you used to apply for the DV lottery. Last time it was DV program at state.government. DV program at state.government. So the same website that you used to check to apply for your green card lottery, it is still the same website that you will use to check for your result. Like last time, as I said, we applied our green card at DV program at state.government, and after application, after submitting your entry, they usually give you something that we call confirmation number. Confirmation number is a secret pin that you will use to check your result come May. So keep it safe. I would advise you print it if you are using a cyber. If you are not using a cyber, you are using your phone to make an entry, please screenshot it and then save it in your email. Save it anywhere that you know it can be safe, or write it down to your notebook or somewhere, because that is the that is the secret code, or that is the pin that you will use to check your result. But even if it is altered or it gets lost in between, don't worry, because there is a way you can retrieve it. There below they have an option of forgot confirmation number. Then they will take you to a process of retrieving it. Then you will get it back, and then you can check your result. So even if you applied for green card maybe 2021 and that confirmation number lost, don't worry, because the good news is you can retrieve that confirmation number again, and you will be able to access the website for you to check the result. So here I come with another thing. So after opening your website, if you have won, if you have not won, they will tell you, sorry, regarding or depending on with the information that you have put or you have filled, the number or the name or something like that has not been selected. But if you have been selected, they will tell you congratulations. They will start with the name like Jackson blah 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 something, and then their main body, the main body of the message will be congratulations for your further processing of your DV 2022, DV 2023, or DV 2024. So it will be a long body guiding you on how you can go about it, telling you about how you can fill the S260, and there below, that is where your case number is, your name, your case number. Like myself, I was case number 1400. When I got that case number, when I saw it at first time, I didn't know what is a case number. So when people could ask me, those that are well familiarized with the green card thing, what is your case number, I could tell them it's a 14,000, because I thought that 1,400 means it's a 14,000, because it doesn't come like 1,400 alone. It will come with the year. It begins with the year like 2022 AF 14 000 4 zeros, 1 2 3 4 zeros, and then 14.2 14.5, something like that. So that's the format that I should come. So because of those zeros that were ahead of my case number, I didn't understand what case number is, and I know up to date many people don't know what case number is. Maybe those who have won or those who will win in come May, they won't know what case number is. That's why I have come here to help you understand what's a case number. I'm not using the hard words to explain all that hard language or that complicated language. I'm trying to explain in my own way. I said I'm not an expert in these things, and I will try again. So maybe if you need an expert to explain in that hard vocabulary, I'm sorry, I'm not one of the person, because myself, I am a slow runner, and being a slow runner, I need a person that will elaborate it to me and explain it to me in the way that I will get it, in the way in an easier language that I will get it. So after making 14 million people made an entry in October, whatever year it is, there I said that green card those people that are selected, green card selectee, are selected randomly via computer. There is nobody who goes to pick names like this is John, I choose John, this is Jane, I don't choose Jane. No, there is nobody who does that. It's a selection that is done randomly at a computer, and that's why I said it's all about favor. But before the selection is made, let us say 14 million people applied for green card. Actually, before you apply for green card, they have stated well you must follow instructions, you must follow rules that they have, like instruction and guides for a photo, the required photo. So among 14 million people, let us say 7 million people didn't follow instruction, didn't follow rule. So the thing that will be done is those 7 million people, they will first remove the 7 million people from 14 people, because those 7 million people didn't follow instruction, didn't follow the rule, didn't follow their requirements, the way they guided you to do. So out of 14 people, it's just an example. This is not actually what they do. I'm just trying to explain in my own way so that you can understand. In October, you applied like 14 million people. 7 million people didn't like you didn't follow instruction and laws, so they are taken out from the number. So out of the remaining 7 million people, that's when now they usually makes the random selection. So the computer usually selects a certain number, and each region has been assigned a certain number. Like if it's in Africa, it has been assigned a certain number. And in Africa, the countries that are in Africa that are eligible to apply the green card are assigned a certain number. Like in Kenya, we usually select like 2,500 people to 2,700 people or to 2,900 people. That is the range several years that they have chosen. So maybe in Kenya, let us use Kenya, in Africa, maybe they want like 30,000 or 40,000 selectee. Out of Africa, they want 2,000 selectee in Kenya, or 2,500 or 700 like our year selectee in Africa. So, and people who applied green card in Kenya were 100,000. But out of 100,000, 50,000 didn't follow instruction, so they are removed first. Those 50,000 that will remain, that followed instruction and laws, now 2,000 are taken and are selected randomly out of those 50,000 people. So it's all about luck, it's all about favor. Now among those people that will be selected, like I said, now let me take you back what I was saying before. 70 million people, they usually select like 100,000 people or above. And the reason for selecting 100,000 people or above, it's because they have preserved 55,000 visas. And out of these 55,000 visas that are preserved, in between there are gaps and holes. And in between, there is a person who won't be able to process the green card because of one reason or another. So that's why they select more people, so that if at all maybe case number 1,000 won't be able to process the green card, and the visas that are preserved are 55,000, maybe the 56th person or 55,001 person and the first 55,000 and the first person after 55,000 will replace the 1,000 person didn't manage to process. So that's why they select more people, so that they replace those people that won't be able to process the green card in between case number 1,000 and case number 1,500. Case number 55,000. So now still the question remains, because I have not answered that. What is a case number? Out of these 100,000 people that are selected, about, I don't mean it's specifically 100,000, but it ranges from 100,000. Like in our year, it was 119,000 that was selected. They usually allocate the numbers from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, up to 100,000 people. They are allocated numbers, and that's why I said for me, I was allocated number 1,000. Those 100,000 people are allocated number. For interviews, they usually begins to interview from number 1 up to number 100,000. The visas will have already been taken or be filled up, because the visas are already 55,000. The case number above 55,000 are to fill these gaps that will be in from number 1 to number 55,000. But there are many. 60,000 person getting a visa, 80,000 person, 80,000 person getting a visa, because in between number 1 to number 55,000 there are so many gaps, process, people who didn't check their result. So it doesn't mean because you are case number 80,000 that you won't get a chance to come to America. Let me tell you that this is where now the prayer works. I don't say you pray for that person in between that number to anything to happen for him so that he can't manage to process. But when you pray, at least in between, I know there are some people who won't be able to process their green card or to continue with the process. So your number will be selected also to go to an interview to replace the person. So case number means that case number allocated to the selectee from number 1 to number, let us say 100,000 of the number of selectees that are there, which defines and determines how you will be interviewed. Because if they didn't allocate this number, case number that we are calling case number, it will be very hard for them to interview from number 100. They jump to 80,000, they jump to 20,000. But when they have an order, when they have an order like we have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 up to number 100,000, it will be easier to this month to interview number 1 to number 500, next month to interview number 500 to number 20,000. And so case number is number that are which helps them, or which they help the consular or the embassy to interview people according to the case number. But there is something that I want to say there. There is something, and this case number, how do you know that your case number now is current to go for an interview? There is another thing that we call visa bulletin. And visa bulletin, as I did my research on Google, I saw that it is a publication regarding immigration to the United States, published by the US Department of State. The primary purpose of this bulletin is to provide an updated waiting list for immigrants that are subjected to the quota system. That is according to the Google. So visa bulletin helps, like in our year, I was DV 2022, I won in the year 2021. Our interviews were beginning on 2021. So they usually publish a visa bulletin, a cut-off number. Cut-off of every month that are scheduled for an interview. So for the first month, they can say that in this month we are allocating interview cut-off of number 5. So anybody who is number 1, case number 1 to case number 5,000 is active or it's current to go for an interview on the month of October or November, the following month. It doesn't mean because that your number is current you must go to the interview the same month or the following month. It matters again with slot or whether your embassy does not have slot. You may be case number like me. I was current at October. I was supposed to go interview at October, but because there was no slot or the bus was not working at then, so I was interviewed on February, but at least I was current from October to February, so it was easier for me to be interviewed than a person who became current on May or on March, because you can't be interviewed before you are current. It is the one that dictates or tells or the cutoff. So if you are below that number that the visa bulletin will post, the visa bulletin are published on second week of the week from date 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They are in between second week. That's when the visa bulletin is published. So you usually log into their website. They usually tells you like Africa, the cutoff number of Africa to be interviewed this month is from case number 1 to case number 1,000. The following month they increase the number from case number 1,000 to 500,000. The other month they increase the number. So that's what the case number is. That's what the visa bulletin is, and those things two works together, because the visa bulletin, it is the one that dictates which case number will be interviewed that month. It is the one that numbers that are supposed to be, or it is the one that controls the case number. Because you can't be interviewed 100,000 people at one time. No, you must be interviewed few people at one time, or few people at one time. So the visa bulletin actually it controls the case number of the cases of people that are supposed to be interviewed. So I hope you have at least gotten a hint or an information about it. And if you want to know more, I will also come here, because my wish and my role here is to help you understand some of the terms that I also didn't understand, but later along through experience I came to understand them. And that's why I said, why do I let another people there? Maybe you are wondering what this term is, and when you go to Google or to other YouTube stuff, you see okay, that vocabulary that you can't understand. Whereas I can come here and explain in a simpler way. And even if you want me to explain in Swahili language, if you ask me so, or in any other language that I can talk, I will also do the same to you so that you can understand. So with that much or less, I want to leave you here. I want to ask you kindly to subscribe. I shall see you later. Keep on following for my next videos that I'm about to post, and bye bye. God bless.